branch Ride Carriage Drive, and today we're going to talk about shafts, two-wheel vehicles and the fittings on your shafts. Behind me today we have a modern representation of a Whitechapel cart. It's in the style of Whitechapel cart. It's a nice country vehicle, it's a varnished wood and a good example of an antique style vehicle. Let's talk about the shafts right now. These are straight shafts, there's no real curve in them, there's no swan neck. They're pretty straight, they go all the way through the carriage front to back. Generally shafts like this are ash, something like that, because it has a good flexibility and super strength. Right, let's talk about the shaft fitting. So right at the end of the shaft you have the shaft tips, and these metal shaft tips are designed to protect the shaft while it's laid on the ground when you put them to. And here we have the paint and leather shaft coverings. It serves two big purposes. One, for decoration, and two, helps protect the edge of the shafts from your harness, and likewise your harness from your shafts. So here we are at the first real fitting on your shafts. This one is your tug stop, and this one's different because it's adjustable. The tug stop itself actually unscrews, and this is your tug stop. And here you are, have a blank, just so it looks pretty, so you can screw your tug stop in and blank it, and this allows you to move your tug stop forward or back depending on the length of your horse. And working down the shafts from your tug stop, we come to your britching staple or your footman's loop, and this is what takes your regular britching that everybody sees and is familiar with a two-wheel cart. Moving down your shaft, we go from the britching staple or your footman's loop to the final piece of hardware on the shaft. This piece was used for your false britching. False britching is generally seen these days in the show ring, and it's used to improve the overall elegance of your turnout. It reduces the amount of leather on the horse so people can see the conformation and elegance of your turnout. The strap buckled into the staple here and went across from side to side, and it had a metal fitting in it so that the strap was able to stand up at 90 degrees, and it pushed against the horse's rump if there was any undulations in the show ring or the show drive. So moving down to the end of the shafts, here by the body we have a metal bracket that holds the two steps to empty into the carriage, and as you look down the shaft runs all the way to the end of the body with a nice little detail carving in it to make it look elegant and complete the look of the carriage. So as we move down the shaft, here we come to the bracket that we talked about that holds the steps, and this wooden stay between the brackets and the shafts holds the swingle tree. The swingle tree is held in place with two leather straps and two staples, and as you can see, attached to the back of the swingle tree is a chain, and this ensures that the draft, the pull, is transferred to the middle of the axle, which is much more optimal. As we look at the swingle tree, as you can see, this moves, so this would allow the driver to have either full colour harness if he's looking to be more formal, or breast colour harness if it was just a country turnout driving for pleasure. And as we spoke, these shafts are fixed, and this would be more suited to a pad with a sliding back band to take up the movement in the shafts as you're driving along the road.